Caitlin Clark snags another honor. She's made the Forbes 30 under 30 list. Clark, who is just 22 years old, is the only professional women's basketball player on this list.
Now, the other recognizable name on the roster, Angel Reese, who has got to be absolutely terrified. It is not going to be a good Christmas for the villainous Angel.
Angel Reese was instantly terrified when 22-year-old Caitlin Clark became a Forbes star. While fans throughout are applauding Caitlin's abilities, not everyone is applauding, notably Angel Reese, who has been sneering at Caitlin since day one. 30 under 30 is because Caitlin has accomplished something that no other player in her category has ever done.
Reese spoke to the media. She didn't speak to the media after the game against Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Even NASCAR legend Danica Patrick weighed in, saying that Angel's animosity toward Caitlin is both public and confusing. He acknowledged that Reese's talent, but Caitlin has captured hearts with her skillful plays that even her detractors find astounding. In the meantime, Angel has been working tirelessly both on and off the court in an attempt to outshine Caitlin, but it hasn't been successful, according to Cooper Worth's piece. Caitlin Clark has joined the Jason Tatum-Cavender twins on Forbes 30 under 30 list. Caitlin Clark is an outstanding player who brought Iowa to the finals by herself, led the NCAA in scoring, and established several three-point shooting records. Fans like her, the media adores her, and even her rivals secretly admire her. Now that her name is firmly established on Forbes' illustrious list, it's evident that Caitlin is not only ruling basketball, but also ruling life.
She wins the national title. First thing she does, she mocks Caitlin Clark. And then she doesn't even celebrate with her teammates. So she's made it personal with Caitlin Clark. Then she's played off of that. Even Caitlin Clark getting knocked down in that game on Saturday, who's standing up applauding but Angel Reese. So she's sort of embraced a Draymond Green role.
At just 22 years old, Caitlin Clark has become the face of women's basketball, a record-breaking athlete, and a Forbes 30 under 30 honoree. Her story is one of those that almost seems too good to be true, but it's not just about talent. It's also about grit, determination, and an almost supernatural ability to shine when it counts most. Beyond simply playing basketball, Caitlin changed the perception of the sport. However, despite all of her accomplishments, one individual has been quietly, or not so quietly, fuming Angel Reese.
From the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, just because of one single game. And just looking at that, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like.
Caitlin and Angel's tension was evident from the first time they met on the court. It went beyond simple rivalry to become personal. While Caitlin's game did the talking, Angel was always the loud one, the defiant one, the player who brought drama both on and off the court. Her uncanny ability to read the game and her sharp shooting skills made every play look effortless, and her fans loved her for that reason rather than her background. Since women's basketball is everywhere and people are talking about it in unexpected ways, I'll take that. We have celebrities attending games, arenas are sold out, and people are just thinking, I'll take that role, I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on. Because let's face it, any critic may be silenced by Caitlin's numbers alone. She led the NCAA in scoring with an average of an incredible 27.8 points per game, which is not only good but historic. She developed into a three-point shooting machine who made defenders look helpless by frequently draining shots from almost half court, turning to the crowd and flashing her trademark smirk, which fans adored. In addition, she averaged 10.6 assists per game, meaning that she wasn't just scoring but also improving everyone around her.
Because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, just because of one single game. And just looking at that, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that.
Angel Reese, meantime, observed from the sidelines as Caitlin's star kept growing. Reese is undoubtedly gifted, She has strong defensive abilities and has occasionally shown brilliance, but it's obvious that Caitlyn's success consumes her every time she wins an award or sets a new record. From thinly veiled remarks and interviews to passive-aggressive tweets, Ang has made no secret of her sentiments and seemed to find a way to make everything about herself.
Clark's last WNBA playoff game had over 2.6 million viewers, and now we are seeing the ratings dip under 1 million.
For instance, consider the Forbes announcement. While Caitlyn sincerely thanked her supporters and recognized the influence of her coaches and teammates, her inclusion in the esteemed 30 under 30 list should have been a moment of celebration for women's basketball as a whole, but instead it became just another chapter in the Caitlyn-Angel saga. Angel's response was different. Although she didn't specifically mention Caitlyn's accomplishment, her cryptic remarks on social media about being forgotten and underappreciated drove fans into a frenzy. Most people assumed that Angel was making fun of Caitlyn.
For leading the Indiana Fever to their first playoff appearance in 8 years, while breaking the WNBA single-season assist record and earning Rookie of the Year honors. But wait, there's more. She also led the WNBA All-Star Game voting with more than 700,000 ballots and has been credited with an increase in league viewership and attendance.
Not to be overlooked is Danica Patrick's remarks, which just fueled the flames the NASCAR driver didn't hold back when she said that Angel's obsession with Caitlyn was hurting her more than it was helping him. Angel's jealousy was clear, and it didn't look good. It's easy to understand why Caitlyn is so adored. She's not just a player, she's a leader. In the 2023 season, she carried Iowa on her back and led them to the NCAA finals. The pressure didn't faze her. In fact, it seemed to strengthen her court vision. Caitlyn, on the other hand, was commended for her ability to remain focused under pressure and her ability to remain composed in the face of chaos. Even after Iowa fell in the finals, she was the player that everyone wanted to watch because of her ability to predict plays and her unwavering confidence. Angel, on the other hand, struggled to find her footing and frequently came across as forced, whether it was taunting during games trying to stir up controversy and interviews. Her actions seemed more about getting attention than improving her game, and while some fans defended her, many criticized her for allowing her emotions to overshadow her talent. Caitlyn's performance was the talk of the tournament. She didn't just compete, she inspired Angel.
Now, jealous WNBA players will have the opportunity to earn that credit. Now, players like Angel Reese, they will be given the chance to test their star.
The Forbes Award was Angel's last straw. Not only was Caitlyn's placement on the list a personal triumph, but it also represented a success for women's sports and demonstrated that female athletes could be honored for both their cultural influence and talent. Beyond basketball, Caitlyn is a role model and an example of what can be achieved when talent and hard effort are combined. Her modest reaction to the praise further strengthened her standing with her admirers. Though it's easy to understand her frustration, it's also evident that this rivalry is holding her back. What makes this dynamic so fascinating is how different Caitlyn and Angel are from one another. Angel's response, however, was telling. Rather than concentrating on her own accomplishments, she seemed consumed by Caitlyn's success. Her cryptic social media posts painted a picture of someone who felt left behind. Caitlyn is the epitome of poise, composure, and laser focus. She lets her game do the talking, and it says 1,000 words. As the basketball world watches this rivalry play out, one thing is certain. Caitlyn isn't slowing down. Her Forbes recognition is just the beginning. She's already being touted as a future WNBA star, and her influence on the game is undeniable. Angel, on the other hand, thrives on drama. She's outspoken, fiery, and unafraid to stir the pot in a way that represents two sides of the same coin. However, while Caitlyn's style has won her widespread admiration, Angel's antiques have frequently eclipsed her talent.
And Angel Reese knows a ring is coming.
Clark is the reason why everybody has an opinion on what happened in that game.